We are in a very advanced stage in our civilian nuclear program. We've, in the first unit one, we've started producing electricity. We did sync to the grid, and that's a major milestone. We've been planning for this for the last 12 years now. And these are a very major achievement for the nation. And looking forward, these power plants, once we have the 4 units operational, they will provide around 25% of electricity mix for the nation, and that's a major shift when it comes to the energy mix, and that will avoid us around 21 million tons of CO2 emissions on an annual basis. That's equivalent around avoiding emitting emissions from 3.2 million cars on an annual basis. And in the UAE, we have around 3 million cars on the roads.
So this is a major step forward in reducing the UAE's reliance on fossil fuels. How do you expect these plants to contribute to the UAE economy into the future?
So Dan, the UAE has been growing from an electricity demand point of view. Electrification, electricity demand has been growing for the last 10 years, and since the establishment of the nation, it's in a steep growth of electricity demand. That's a fact, and that's why we are trying to meet the demand, at the same time have it with less carbon emissions. The energy mix will continue to be mixed between gas, renewable energy, mainly solar, and the base load from nuclear. They will provide safe, clean, and reliable source of energy for the country. When I say energy, I mean electricity, and will provide highly compensated jobs for the Emiratis, and also will introduce new industries for the nation that will benefit from for the next 60 years. I'm also very proud today we have awarded roughly around 2,000 contracts to equivalent to around 14.5 billion dirhams for local companies, but this is only the beginning.
So, Mohamed, while the French have described this as a car without airbags and seatbelts, we've also seen criticism come recently from the nuclear consulting group in the UK. It says the winning bid for the construction was, quote, spectacularly low. And it also suggested in a recent report that this plant was a cheap build that cut corners on safety in a race to be first in the region. Can you respond to some of that criticism?
The thing I could respond on is the process we've carried out. Over the last 10 years, we've done a very competitive and safely led process when it comes to nuclear safety. The current design we have, the APR 1400, it is operating in Korea in a safe and reliable manner. It's been licensed by 2 international regulators. One of them is in the UAE, one of them in the US as the NRC Commission. These are more credible than any other consultancy, boutiques. So if I take our regulator, the Korean regulator, and the US NRC, they are a testimony of the robustness and safety of this design.
And when it comes to the uptake of nuclear power around the region, do you think other countries are likely to follow the UAE's lead now?
I will take that globally, Dan. Today, if you look at the world, the electricity demand in Europe is scaling back. There is lower demand for electricity because heavy industry is moving to other nations. If I talk about, for example, China, India, they are seriously about meeting the demand of electricity, or also setting also their coal power plants. So globally, there's around 55 reactors as being built as we speak. China is building, US also building. China is, by the way, commissioning 1 or 2 reactors every year. So nuclear industry is growing wherever it's required to meet the safe and reliable and clean sources of energy. And UAE is not an exception. We are pursuing our electricity demand to meet that in a safe and secure and reliable manner, and also doing it in an environmentally friendly way. We take environment very seriously here in the UAE, and having a reactor that will, 4 reactors that will provide 25% of electricity for the nation and will avoid us emitting 21 million tons of CO2 emissions on an annual basis is a very, very serious step to take. And the UAE is not talking about it, is doing it, and we are reaping the benefits as we speak right now.